Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Now welcome to another viewer spectate. So today we are watching a Bronze 2 game. So again, the reason why I've brung viewer spectates back is to try and bring some relatable content to you guys. Is a lot of what I do, you know, especially with the main account going really well. It's cool to watch, but it's not really relatable to you. It's not probably even the most educational because I can't be completely educational when I'm trying to try hard in high rating. I can't kind of tell everything that I'm doing because I'm having to concentrate so much. So doing this type of play, meanwhile, Flash aggressive, gets the volley. He did also flash, so a poor flash by Volibear because he flashed in a straight line. I like, by the way, the confidence in this invade for a couple reasons. Mainly, it's a Draven early. You want to kind of try to use the Draven early, and it nearly went well. There were a bunch of blown flashes and ignites, but that also got countered by the enemy team. Now, obviously, the fact that we're in a Bronze 2 game, we are seeing a couple weird things like Nidalee mid with Glacial heal. No idea. We've got a Swain top. This, by the way, is modern Swain. This is actually on the brand new patch, and he's running Swain top, which it might be meta, by the way. It's possible. But he's running Ghost. So a couple weird things going on here or there. And yeah, someone just made a good point. I actually don't know how Nidalee procs Glacial. Because Glacial, if I'm not mistaken, gets procced by CC nowadays. And Nidalee doesn't have any. So I'm not sure. So it's worth knowing Ace is a long-term viewer of the channel. Good community member. He actually wanted me to also say, what the where did that hook go? He just wanted me to say that he does get coaching. So some people over the years have actually have asked me, do I think coaching is worth it? Now, there's a couple different ways to answer that question, but it can be. It honestly, a lot of the time, will depend on the coach. Now, what I would have wanted from Ace there, if I'm honest, is he hit level 2. He's going aggressive now, and they might translate it into a kill. But what I wanted for Ace to do in the future, if he doesn't already, is notice his XP. So in the replay file, this bar here is the XP. When you're in League of Legends, you can see your own XP as well. When he hit level 2, he was actually behind the Draven. You can see the Draven, which again, he's going to get punished. He's playing very far up. Lefugu, thank you so much, dude, for the 26 months with Prime. So what I would have wanted Ace to do there is pay attention more to when I'm hitting level 2, that ding, especially with a Draven lane, and that would have probably given him better positioning of, I'm hitting level 2, I'm going to walk forward, I'm going to look for the engage as soon as I hit level 2. Because he potentially could have got Jhin right as he hit level 2, not the Blitzcrank. But unfortunately, Draven does get hooked under tower. But yeah, when it comes to coaching, it's hit or miss. It depends the coach. So Ace's coach is a peak Grandmaster player in NA. It depends, obviously, how good the coach is at coaching. A lot of good players don't make good coaches. You know, if you, as a weird tangent, if you ever watch an interview, a famous interview with Mike Tyson, he's very famous to say it's much easier to be a good fighter than a good coach. Because being a good coach is more than a fighter. And the same is translated into League. It's easier to be a good League player than it is to be a good coach, because you need to have the knowledge of a good player, but you also need that ability to translate your knowledge in a way that can help somebody improve. That's hard. So far, nothing terrible, you know, in the lane. They are freezing it now, which isn't bad. So what I'd want to see Ace to do is go for that all-in. Now I would actually say potentially on Blitzcrank, because his flash is gone. You know his flash is gone. You got it just now. Then I would look for an all-in. He goes for it, gets the Jhin. What I would have also wanted potentially there, so just another little tip. They might get the kill, which is good though, which they do. Another little nice there too. So just as a little tip for Nautilus specifically, what I would have wanted is when Ace got the hook, he pressed W and autoed straight away. With Nautilus, I would have actually autoed, then W, which gives you an attack reset and actually lets you attack again straight away. It's a little bit extra DPS, but it matters sometimes. So that is also something else I potentially would want Ace to do too. Diogo Bino, thank you so much, dude, for the 4 months tier 1. Says, hi, Huzzy. I wish I had more time to be here, but you have work. Hope you have a good day. Fan from Portugal. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you being part of the community. So again, just little things that we can kind of just pay attention to. Again, with these viewer spectates, I do want to go in somewhat detail that will actively help people in their climb. I know Ace plays Nautilus. So the thing of so far, level 2, pay attention obviously a bit more to when you're hitting level 2 to go for that aggression straight away. It can catch people off guard. And then also with the auto attack is get a hook, or if you're just walking up to somebody, auto them, just standard auto, then press W, and that gives you an attack reset to auto again straight away. So in that situation, I believe Ace only got 1 auto attack off. He might have been able to get 2 because you're going to use your passive route, then instantly into an attack reset that allows you to attack again. So it could be, you know, it's the difference of, for a support that's hardly doing any auto damage, it's 50 more damage. But sometimes that is the difference, a support doing 50 more damage in the early game. But yeah. No worries, Captain Man. Yeah, apparently I'm recording this on something called King's Day or King's Birthday in, I think, Netherlands. I might get butchered. I think it's Netherlands. Again, if you celebrate that or whatever it may be, I've never heard about it. Hopefully you all had a good day. But yeah, right. So far, so good. The Jhin, obviously, it is worth knowing, is struggling with farm, which is a combination of the Jhin is having to play a bit passive, clearly, because it's a Draven lane. You're always going to probably be behind farm somewhat. If the Draven is playing okay, he's playing to have that aggression in lane. Hey, Zelge. So yeah, that's not bad. So what I also like, yes, Ace is leaving the lane. He's going to go scout out and he spots a ward. He can take that vision down, right? Why is that a good thing to do? Well, at the time in the lane, the bot lane wasn't there. So there's nothing you're going to achieve if the enemy bot lane is literally not there. Now the enemy bot lane's back, and now you can continue. Another little thing that I would say, and you know, again, we're really going in detail here. Swap to the Jhin. Draven can continue. You can then get the Jhin. And yeah, overall, not bad play. They do get the double kill, does go down, that's fine. Another little tip I'd give for Nautilus, to be honest, is so far every engage that we're watching, pretty much every engage, Ace is opening with his hook. Sometimes you don't have to. For that example, he could have walked up to that Blitzcrank, just rooted, auto-attacked him, and actually saved his hook then for Jhin. The priority target is the one that you probably want to hit the hook on. So that is one thing to say, is if you can like 100% walk up to somebody and just auto them and get the root passive, you may as well do it. You don't always have to hook. It's, again, I'm trying to, hooking is good, don't get me wrong, but in a situation like that you're about to have a 2v2 fight, again, 6 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, it is good to save your hook for the priority target, which is most of the time the enemy carry. That is the priority. Because if you had a bit more CC, obviously, on that Jhin instead of the Blitzcrank, the Blitz isn't going to do too much damage. That little bit extra CC could have been the difference of that Draven dying and not dying. He probably still would have got the double kill, but he might have just survived. So again, hopefully these tips are useful, and hopefully you can use them, you know, to your future Nautilus games. And I'm basically, again, I know Ace, he wants to improve. I'm just kind of saying what I see. That is basically what I'm doing. Anything that I see that I'm like, that could be slightly different, slight improvement, that's what I'm mentioning. And I think that's what people want from this series. And just to mention, people actually have asked, how do you get involved with this series? So at the moment, I have just selected basically kind of core community members. But some people who can't make the stream as much or whatever, they still want potentially the chance to have a spectate. So just to announce how it's actually going to work. So on my stream, there is a free currency that you earn whenever you watch the stream. Right now, it's called pleb points. Meanwhile, Hook comes in. I'm just going to watch, gets the CC, gets to level 6, level up, press the ult. Really nice. Gets it all done in the middle of combat. Another double kill for Draven. That's good. Started with obviously getting hooked. Ended up doing well because, again, it's that, you know, the process of leveling up your ultimate, using it in mid-fight is something that a lot of players can't do. So that's very good. So just to mention how you get involved with this series moving forward is there are the free currency called pleb points at the moment. You know, for example, you can redeem 250,000 pleb points for a donated champion pick. So instead of gifting subs, you can do the free currency. That does take quite a while to earn, but we're going to have that, by the way, for the spectate. So just to announce, 100,000 pleb points. I'm going to enable it probably later today or tomorrow. 100,000 pleb points, you'll be added to the list. So that will be one way that you can be added into the list for the series. But obviously, if you're a YouTube fan, you're like, oh, that's not me. There's going to be 2 other ways that we're also going to do it. The second way is it's going to be 10 gifted subs on Twitch. So 10 gifted subs on Twitch, and you'll be added to the list. And then the final way, again, because both of those ways are through the Twitch channel, if you're literally not a Twitch viewer, how do you get added if you're a YouTube viewer? We're actually going to be making use more. And meanwhile, by the way, Draven did die because he overstayed 2v1. We're actually going to be making use of the YouTube member feature, which we've basically never done anything with. Adultish comes straight in with 10 gifty subbies. There we go. We're actually going to be making a bit use of the YouTube member system. So if you are a YouTube member, there will be once a month a community post, and basically a couple people a month will be selected. And if you're selected, you then get no priority. So if you haven't had one, you'll be at the top of priority. Everybody will have an even chance. And then if you get one, you know, it'll reset every few months. That's the way that we're going to do it. That's for the YouTube people. So there you go. So thank you very much. I'll have an Excel spreadsheet that I'll be adding everybody's names to and all of that. Hey, Veneria. So a bit of chaos, obviously, in the last minute while just explaining that. Unfortunately, Kane does go down. CCing up for the Xerath, who doesn't have much mana, so I would potentially look to escape here. Just CC, maybe if you've got hook to the wall. Again, hook could have hooked to the wall, but then, you know, gets out, so that's not too bad. Hey, Sleepy Girl. Borodor also for 13 months tier 1. Draven gets himself a kill on the Volley Bear. And says, hoping you're having a great day. Reporting back from 1 week vacation in the Netherlands to see Haarlem, Amsterdam, and endless fields of flowers in bloom. Oh, very nice. Good to hear. So far worth knowing. Very good that Ace didn't die there. Deathless on Nautilus, which is good. Again, I've always mentioned a very good way that you can start climbing. And I know it sounds somewhat obvious, but so many people don't really pay attention to it. Limit your deaths. So many people, when I used to do more profile reviews, you may remember those videos, people would literally averagely die 8 times a game. That's a lot of gold that you're giving to the enemy team. Stand in front, gets the hook, doesn't get the hook, but does cancel it. Not bad. Luchton also with 10 gifty subbies. I'll be adding you two to the list very soon. Oh, unfortunate the Draven. Again, that was a combination. Maybe Ace could have moved in the way, but also Draven could have also moved down. So that, unfortunately, was just... We'd call that a racing incident, I think, in the racing motorsport world. But anyway, not bad. So Moby Boots early. I do like the Moby Boots, by the way. Moby Boots are good as long as you're using them. Because just worth mentioning, so many supports default to Moby Boots. It's only really worth using if you're going to use the boots. 9 times out of 10, if you're a support that doesn't roam, Boots of Lucidity would probably be better for you. Ninja Tabby would be better for you if you're not using the mobility feature. Obviously, a Nautilus, you know, there are exceptions, even if you're not roaming, but Ace is roaming, which is good. Even if you're a hook champion, like a Nautilus, like a Blitzcrank, well, Moby Boots in late game are actually still pretty good because they help you quickly get to somebody to go for an aggressive hook. So one thing I'd potentially want now, you know, well, potentially something that I may have wanted more in this lane phase, because obviously 14 minutes is about to hit. Arguably, with the domination that we've had in bot lane, there should potentially be more plates dead. So Ace, I will say right now, should be near this Draven. He's wandering to the Dragon. That was risky. Like, if the enemy team was a bit more on it, they could have just straight up engaged on that Draven. But I get, obviously, you want to do Dragon, and, you know, it is worth knowing. One thing that is not surprising somewhat, I historically am very Dragon focused in League of Legends. I think not going for Dragons is really weird. So if someone like Ace, who's a viewer of mine for the last few years, I imagine if you're a viewer of mine, you might be a bit Huzzy-centric, if that makes sense. That you'd be like, I love Dragons. It's kind of like my community, especially the ones on stream. Everybody who, you know, everyone calls everybody plebs. You know, that's kind of our funny word here in the community. You know, whoever you watch as content, you kind of take things from. So watching my own viewer spectates, I'm not surprised that I'll probably very rarely see people split pushing, I bet. I probably see people prioritize Dragons. These are the things that I'm kind of expecting, like, more from the hardcore community, which is kind of funny. So Nidalee gone down. So again, very still confused about the Nidalee mid lane. Because someone did mention maybe Everfrost could proc Glacial. Still very weird. I don't really know. I'm not really sure what that's about. Would like Ace to be next to the Draven right now. We've got Vision of Nautilus. The enemy team's going aggro. Misses the hook, unfortunately. We could protect. We've got ultimate still on the Naut. Gets a hook. Then go for the ulti, maybe? Doesn't use it yet. Does get the kill. Not using ulti is a little bit weird there, I will say. Potentially, you know, they all died. Draven didn't, so it's ended up okay. But not using ulti there, I think... Well, I think he probably should have used ulti. I don't know if there was any reason that he didn't. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Could potentially see just, like, right now, ult the Nidalee. You're so strong, I would just simply have ulted that Nidalee when she was a bit closer and just got a free kill. Ult! Right now! Ult! 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 Go aggressive! So these are the things that I will say is you need to capitalize when an enemy team makes a mistake. Because again, I think, yes, I think the Volibear might have rage quit, by the way. Again, another big thing that people have always said, like, what's the differences of the ratings? Capitalizing on his enemy mistake. So again, right now, his base has been cancelled, hasn't noticed it, but now has. So yeah, capitalizing on mistakes. I'd be a bit more aggressive. Like, literally, that was a dead Nidalee 100% if he just went a little bit aggro. Even when he got hooked, the moment he got hooked, turn aggressive, and that Blitzcrank would have died. So those are the little things that I would potentially go for, is just have that bit more aggression. When you've got a 9-4 Draven with you, and also a pretty strong Xerath, that gives you that confidence to kind of go, I'm going to get this. And obviously, I know this might be a bit counterintuitive to what I just said, but you're like, oh, but I might die if I did that aggressive engage under tower tier 2. But if you do die, but you get a kill on another kill on Draven, maybe even 2 kills on Draven for that, and a tier 2 tower, maybe it's worth 1 death on Nautilus. That's the kind of thing, you know, it's min-maxing what's worth. So yeah. So I will also mention, you know, because someone in Twitch chat just also kind of pointed out, which is true, vision scores are quite low. So what I would say what Ace could be doing, because you have so much prio in the game, I would potentially be putting some deep wards in these kind of areas because of how much aggression you can do, especially you've got a blue Kayn who's going to be running around the jungle. Vision is key, right? So giving, like, hook. Right now, you could go for a hook on the Swain. He doesn't have flash, so again, recognize he doesn't have flash. If I get a hook, he's probably dead. This is where I would 100% be looking to tower dive, potentially. Go in now, walk with the Rift Herald. There's the hook, that's what we wanted. Now look potentially for the Nidalee. I would have kept walking forward. Ooh, there's the ult, not bad. And boom, very nice. Renekton, by the way, he is on Ace's team. He's had a relatively free game. So as I mentioned, this is modern Swain. Oh no. He died to Jingle. This is modern Swain. Obviously, we've not been paying attention to it, so we've not watched how it's done. It's obviously clearly not done very well. Hook. Hook, 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 hook. He's got hook up. Bit too late. He does die anyway. But again, go for that hook, like, instantly. What you a lot of the time see when I play a Nautilus or I play a Pike or whatever, you don't want to just throw your hook out willy-nilly because that leads to a lot of the time missing a lot of hooks. But like that Jhin was dead. Like, just when you get that moment, you have to take that moment. And that's something that I will say throughout this game. Ace has played perfectly fine. And again, this is only coming from a place to try and help him improve. And I think this is what he exactly wants. Is I feel Ace could be a bit quicker on the trigger. A little bit quicker on the trigger of recognizing when you're strong and recognizing, oh, Blitz did hook me or whatever, but I can just hook him back, or I can ult him straight away, or auto-attack him instead of just running away sometimes. Or that Jhin is slightly out of position, hook straight away. That's what I would potentially go, you know, as a little bit. Yeah, and yeah, that's very true. It does come from a place of confidence, and that is something that isn't exactly something that can be taught. That is a feeling that you will have yourself. And, you know, it's worth knowing, these are like, we are talking min-maxing here. They are winning the game. They are stomping the game. So Ace could be feeling, I don't need to risk a tower dive when we're this far ahead, which is also a partially, it's a true point too. So, yeah. And yeah, very also true. Again, the Twitch community is getting involved, which is nice. Everybody's wanting, obviously, everyone to be good in the community, and our community all respect each other. Is the support item is also not fully upgraded. So we're actually 180 gold out right now at 20 minutes. I would potentially have wanted, you know, at least at 20 minutes, that support item to be done. So a little bit more priority in that getting done, I think, is also worth potentially mentioning. And very congratulations to Daniello, who just said you just got called from a job. You passed your first round of interviews. Congratulations, dude. That's fantastic. You're the only one that forgets what IMO stands for, in my opinion. You're welcome. I'd say I know most about, I know most the internet lingo, but there's probably new ones that I don't. I know all the old ones because I'm an old man. But yeah. So just to go over, hey Hawkeye, just to go over things, because I do think the game might be winding down potentially. I'd expect it to, because that's another thing to say, is I'd expect this game to be winding down very soon. You're really far ahead in gold, over 10,000 gold ahead. End the game when you can, you know, don't delay the game. So not taking some, Jin going aggressive, gets the return hook. That's what we like to see. Very nice kill there. Continue going, just see if you can just get any type of engage. The hook is available, but I think Ace, yeah, is just going to walk away. That's fine. He was actually tanking tower at the time, and that's okay. Not bad, not bad. So yeah, just to kind of go over. So first thing, oh, careful. Level 2, pay attention when you're about to hit level 2 and go aggressive at that level 2, especially with like a Draven lane. Interesting. A Draven lane that you want to time that level 2 straight away. Not always going for hooks. You know, it sounds weird, but if you know you can, if you know you can walk up to somebody and auto them, sometimes that's the better thing to do. And then if they flash away, then you have hook after they've flashed. Also, Pabu and Mafu, thank you much for the 5 months of Prime. Appreciate it. So that's another thing. Sometimes also... Oh, he doesn't die right at the end there. Keeps his 0 death game. Very nice. So, again, that's the other thing. Sometimes, if you know you can get an auto attack on somebody, auto them, then press W, which gives you an attack reset, and then you get another auto attack again, which then will give you the increased auto damage with the dot from the shield. So that's another thing. Other things, just sometimes it's just pull the trigger really fast and just get that hook, get that ulti, just make that moment happen a little bit quicker. And I think that's most of what I would say. Build, obviously, the final thing is the support item. So we actually have finished a 22.5 minute game without a fully completed support item. That is also something that I would say I would definitely prioritize a little bit more, is get that support item finished. That is stats, and obviously usually as a support champion you're a little bit stat starved, so never underestimate getting your support item done. But overall, again, still good play, not bad at all. And yeah, hopefully you guys found this educational, and hopefully Ace finds it also educational himself, and this will help him in his future matches. And again, you can apply what I'm saying about Nautilus to other champions. You know, it's much of the same. A lot of people have always said to me, how do I play so many champions at decent rating? Is because whenever I'm playing League, I'm not just thinking about the champion that I'm on. I'm thinking about League of Legends as a whole. The lessons of League of Legends can be applied to most champions in the game. So you just apply what your situation is on the champion you're playing, and there you go. But there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do smash a like on the video. So just to finally explain very quickly again, how do you get involved in this series? And if you do like this series, please do like the video down below too. You get involved by either 100,000 pleb points on my stream, which does take a while to accumulate, but you have to watch the stream to get pleb points, and that is free. Second is 10 gifted subs in the stream, or equivalent of bits, which I think equivalent of bits is 5,000, I think, bits. I'll have to confirm that, but I think it's 5,000 bits. And then finally, if you're a YouTube member, there'll be a monthly post on the community tab just to community members, where I'll ask for summoner names and servers, and you'll be kind of entered into like a raffle to get a replay done. We'll probably end up doing this once a week, so there'll be 4 episodes a week. So yeah, and by the way, if we get too many people in the Excel spreadsheet, I will close things from time to time. I will stop. I'll say there's no 10 gifted subs at the moment to do it. There's no pleb point redemption. If I get too many, I don't want the list to build too much, because I think that would be a bit annoying if it takes 5 months for it to get done. So yeah. Anyway, that is going to be it. If you guys enjoyed, please do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our Gloria to live forever. Bring down the dark regime.